What if the reason we've never heard from alien civilizations is because the smart ones stay silent? And what if breaking that silence is the last mistake any civilization ever makes? Picture this. You're lost in a vast, pitch-black forest. You can't see anything, but you know other things are out there. You can hear them breathing. Now ask yourself, do you light a torch, or do you stay very, very quiet? That forest is the universe, and we just lit a bonfire. The Fermi Paradox is one of the most unsettling questions in science. The universe is 13.8 billion years old. There are hundreds of billions of galaxies, each with hundreds of billions of stars. The odds of us being alone are astronomically small. So where is everyone? We've been scanning the skies for decades. We've sent out signals. We launched Voyager with a golden record, basically a cosmic, "Hey, we're here" postcard, and we've gotten back nothing. Silence. Scientists call this the Great Silence, and there are dozens of theories trying to explain it. Maybe life is just incredibly rare. Maybe civilizations self-destruct before they can reach us. Maybe we're living in a simulation, and the devs haven't populated the rest of the map yet. But there's one theory that doesn't just explain the silence, it justifies it. And once you hear it, you might think we've been doing everything wrong. It's called the dark forest theory, and it comes from Chinese sci-fi author Liu Cixin, though the logic stands on its own as a serious hypothesis. It works like this. Start with two facts that are almost certainly true across any civilization in the universe. Fact 1. Every civilization needs resources to survive. Energy, matter, space, and resources are always finite. Fact 2. No civilization can ever be certain of another's intentions. Even if an alien species seems friendly today, you can never fully verify they'll stay that way as they grow more powerful. Now combine those two facts. If you encounter another civilization, you face a choice. You can attempt to communicate and cooperate, but if they decide to strike first, you're dead. Or you can strike first yourself, eliminating the threat before it can threaten you. In game theory, when the cost of being wrong is extinction, the rational move is always to shoot first and never ask questions. So every advanced civilization, if they're thinking clearly, arrives at the same terrifying conclusion. The universe is a dark forest, and every other life form is a potential hunter. The only way to survive is to stay hidden, and to eliminate anything that reveals itself. Here's the part that should keep you up at night. We didn't just reveal ourselves, we broadcast our exact location, in multiple directions, repeatedly, for nearly 100 years. And those signals? They're still traveling outward right now, at the speed of light. If the dark forest is real, we didn't just knock on the door, we kicked it wide open. Now there are serious scientists who push back on this. The theory assumes a kind of universal selfishness, that cooperation across civilizations is impossible. But here on Earth, we've seen that trust and cooperation can emerge even between rivals. Maybe advanced civilizations figure out how to build that on a cosmic scale. There's also the Transcension hypothesis, the idea that truly advanced civilizations don't expand outward into space, they expand inward, into virtual realities, miniaturization, inner complexity. They go quiet not because they're hiding, but because they've simply moved somewhere we can't perceive. And some argue that if a predatory civilization existed with the power to eliminate others, they'd have already done a sweep of the galaxy long ago. The fact that we exist might be evidence that the dark forest isn't real. But here's what makes the dark forest so intellectually haunting. We can't prove it's wrong. Absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. A civilization advanced enough to hunt others would, by definition, be invisible. The Fermi Paradox might never have a clean answer, but the dark forest theory forces us to ask a question we've never seriously had to consider before. Should we be broadcasting our existence? Groups like METI, Messaging Extraterrestrial Intelligence, are actively debating this right now. We grew up thinking that finding aliens would be the greatest moment in human history. The dark forest suggests it might be the last. So next time you look up at the stars and feel that sense of wonder at how vast and full of possibility the universe is, just remember, the forest is dark, and we are not being quiet. If this made you rethink the cosmos, subscribe, because we're just getting started.